Hey everyone, I came across this game while browsing online and I thought it would be something that would interest you. Now, this won't be an in-depth look at this particular game. I haven't played around with it enough just yet to see everything that's on offer here, but as soon as I started playing this, I knew that you guys would want to take a look. Say hello then to WCW Feel The Bang, an unofficial and extremely polished sequel to WCW Revenge on the Nintendo 64. What you're seeing here is a modification of WWF No Mercy, completely fan-made, and I must say, it's pretty impressive what some fans have been able to accomplish here. This proves once again that wrestling fans are some of the most dedicated fans in the entire world. So when AKI, or AKI as people have told me is the correct pronunciation, left WCW to develop the WWF games, we were left with some questionable World Championship Wrestling games that never lived up to those old classic Nintendo 64 releases, WCW Backstage Assault being the prime example. It's shocking that that game ever got released. Apparently there were plans for EA to release WCW Mayhem 2 and the game was in development, but when the WWE bought WCW, Mayhem 2 was thrown in the bin, never to be seen again.
All my freaks know there's nothing finer than Scott Steiner.
I've been aware of the large Nintendo 64 wrestling game modding community online for quite some time. I've seen some of the excellent TNA mods and WWF Legend mods that have floated around online for quite some time, but this WCW Feel The Bang mod blew me away once I got it up and running. This is practically the sequel to WCW Revenge that we never got. So what we have here then with WCW Feel The Bang is a group of fans who took it upon themselves to bring us an updated WCW game. The mod is running on WWF No Mercy, but everything has been changed and patched. It's really something and the attention to detail is amazing here. Previous mods I came across would only update things like textures and the like, but this WCW mod here creates a totally brand new experience with things like single player challenges, a robust roster covering WCW's past, new music, new moves, everything is updated and it really feels like a true sequel. Before going on, I want to point out that the game still has some bugs and that's to be expected. The game also crashed quite a few times on me, but this could be my fault too. Updates and fixes are released periodically over at the developer's official website, AKI Live or AKI Live, whatever. I'll include some links in the description. So yeah, my install here may not have been the cleanest or most up to date. You'll mainly see that some of the ring aprons and the ring mats don't match the arenas, for example, but don't let this stop you from downloading. Also, installing the game is pretty straightforward, but you will need to pay attention to the steps outlined in the README file included with the download. Others have created videos to help you along the way. In short, if I could get this running, then you will have no issues doing so yourself. There's also options to play an updated soundtrack with the game, but I didn't bother doing this. So let me show you the roster here. Now just take a look. The character select system has been totally reworked and the amount of selectable characters is pretty amazing. Returning characters from WCW Revenge have had complete overhauls, they have been given updated models that look really good and their movesets have also been updated. There's so many characters here, so rather than me going through each and every one, I'll just let a few clips run here so you can have a good look at what's on offer. You'll notice here that a few characters are locked, and in order to unlock these characters, you will need to complete specific challenges. This is pretty awesome, giving players here a reason and reward for playing single player. How the guys who made this game managed to incorporate this into a mod, I'll never know, but it's great. There's also a cheat system that will temporarily unlock superstars in arenas, should you just want to take a look before committing to the challenges. Here you can see the different match types available, and yeah, this is pretty robust in comparison to WCW Revenge. For the first time in an N64 WCW game, you can do things like cage matches and ladder matches. Great stuff. Arenas in the game cover multiple different eras of WCW. You have a choice here of holding matches in the early 90s all the way up to the new millennium. Again, I had an issue with incorrect ring mats being displayed and aprons, but I'm sure this won't affect everyone. Audiences in arenas look way better than the old N64 games too, with the crowd getting a bump in resolution that makes a huge difference when battling outside. Entrances are included in the game, and if you take the steps to add the updated soundtrack, you'll enjoy some great quality audio as your superstar makes their way to the ring. My game here would sometimes crash during entrances, so I opted to skip them in the end, but maybe you will have more luck. It didn't happen every time, mind you. So take a look at some of the gameplay here. I couldn't help but think that if AKI, yeah, I'm just calling it AKI, I don't care, but I couldn't help but think that if AKI held on to the WCW license, then this here is probably a good representation of what a newer WCW game would have looked like. Of course, things like the higher resolution in character models and artwork wouldn't have been a possibility on the N64, but still, things like the overall presentation, the roster additions, the updated moves, the arenas, things like that are definitely elements that I could envision in a proper AKI release, so you have to give credit to the game developers here. Look at this here, this is amazing. You can actually perform the finger poke of doom if you select Hogan and have a match against Kevin Nash. This is absolutely insane and I absolutely love it. Now keep in mind also that what you're seeing here is absolute surface level stuff. The developers have been working on this for a long time. It was only released last year, and it feels unfair for me to mention bugs and crashes when there is likely fixes out there. So remember to check the forums and read through posts to find fixes for any bugs you may encounter. I only began playing this today, so I will do what I can to make the game run better by doing some research. And I also plan on going through the single player challenges. This video here is just to try and bring more attention to the game. Let's quickly jump back to the roster then before we leave and have a look at some standout characters. You will notice, as mentioned earlier, that some of these are still locked. I haven't had the chance to play through the challenges just yet, but you can still see the excellent work done on the character models. Hulk Hogan here looks great. You also have the choice of changing ring attires to give the Hulkster his red and yellow attire, but even better is the attention to detail. Look at the WCW style Hulkamania logos for example. We also have a bunch of Randy Savage attires to choose from. Big Kevin Nash is chilling out here as we go to select him. The Great Muta's New World Order face paint is here. Ron Simmons is selectable, as is Big Van Vader. Wolfpack Sting looks incredible. Rey Mysterio is available in masked and unmasked variants. There's so much here that you just want to check out every roster member along with their different attires. 80s Ric Flair is even represented, it's just so good. I'll leave you then with a bunch of clips from the game so you can see a little more what WCW Feel The Bang is all about. Once I get to do some bug fixing here and there and complete the challenge modes, I'll upload an updated video going through the other cool things that I find while playing the game. I'll make sure that I also record everything as I play. Links are in the description if you want to download the game yourself and try it out.